I'm here as the modern-day Harriet Tubman to kind of lead people on the Underground Railroad away from that plantation into a sense of sensibility.
I believe there's about 78 to 81 members of the Democrat Party that are members of the Communist Party.
Take your message of equality of achievement, take your message of economic dependency, take your message of enslaving the entrepreneurial will and spirit of the American people somewhere else. You can take it to Europe, you can take it to the bottom of the sea, you can take it to the North Pole, but get the hell out of the United States of America.
That was bat crap crazy Tea Party Republican Congressman Alan West. Yesterday, West took to Facebook to complain about President Obama's United Nations speech and to show us how lucky we and the world are that Alan West will never address the United Nations. Alan West wrote, "My statement to the United Nations would have been, the future does not belong to those who attack our embassies and consulates and kill our ambassadors. The angel of death, in the form of an American bald eagle, will visit you and wreak havoc and destruction upon your existence." Joining me now, the man running to unseat Alan West and restore sanity to Florida's newly drawn 18th Congressional District, Patrick Murphy. Patrick Murphy, can you explain to America how Alan West got elected to that seat and how he currently in the polls is ahead of you by a few points?
Well, first of all, no one really knows how he got elected. 2010 was an interesting year. Unfortunately, Democrats did not show up to vote. Thankfully, we are getting a lot of strong polling results back. We are actually tied or up in basically all of the polls that we've seen. So we're in a great position to win this November. Now, you've raised $2 million for your campaign, which normally, until very recently, was an awful lot of money for a congressional race. We used to have Senate races in this country that cost $2 million. But Alan West has raised 5 times as much money. He's got $10 million he's trying to bury you with. Who wants Alan West to stay in that seat so badly that he's been able to collect that $10 million? Well, about 99% of Alan West's fundraising comes from outside of the district. He appeals to a very small percentage of America, of this Tea Party vein. And so the vast majority of his fundraising comes after these ridiculous comments that you just played, calling people communists, calling Debbie Rossman Schultz vile, despicable, not a lady. He then sends out a piece of mail to people all over the country, the Tea Party folks, and raises money off of it. So it's not necessarily support in the district. It's that Tea Party vein across the country that he raises money from. I want to look at one of your ads that basically, as one would expect, where you use Alan West's words against him. Let's watch that. I'm Patrick Murphy, and I approve this message.
Behind the ads, who's the real Alan West? His bill would make all abortions illegal, even in cases of rape and incest. West voted against access to birth control and life-saving mammograms. And how does he really feel about women?
And all of these women that have been neutering American men and bringing us to the point of this incredible weakness, to let them know that we are not going to have our men become subservient.
Congressman Alan West, radical views, wrong for women.
Patrick Murphy, with his one poll that I've seen that shows you basically tied with him, another one shows you about 7 points behind, but he's not over 50%. I mean, here's an incumbent who's been polling around 49, 48%. That's normally a bad sign for an incumbent if they can't poll above 50.
Yes, it is. And we had an internal poll several months ago that had us tied. The DCCC recently released a poll that had us up 1 point. So despite being outspent 3-1 or 4-1, we've upheld and now in a strong position going forward to defeat him. And you're right, it's not a good sign that he can't break 50. People know who he is. They know how extreme he is. And it's our job to continue to introduce ourselves to the voters. And we're getting support from Republicans, Independents, Democrats that are tired of the extremism and want someone that has a business background, someone that has a CPA, that's actually created jobs and not just talked about it.
And do you have debates scheduled with him?
We do. We have one debate scheduled, October 19th, I believe. We've been to 4 debates already, which he refused to appear at, and we sent him several dates for other appearances, which he declined. So we have one definitely on October 19th, and I look forward to that discussion with him.
So he's really going to show up on October 19th?
We'll see.
Oh, great. All right, I can't wait for October 19th show. Patrick Murphy gets tonight's last word. Thanks very much for joining us tonight, Patrick Murphy.
Thanks, Lawrence. Appreciate it.
The Ed Show is up next.